This is Tokyo Beast, and the battles are spectacular, but so is the earning potential for the game. Now, Tokyo Beast seems daunting at first, but it simply has 3 core systems and 3 core game modes that all interlink seamlessly. I will make this game incredibly simple for you to understand before the end of this video, and also reveal a slightly more in-depth look in the strategy behind the game so you can rank up and earn big in their tournaments and lottery systems. Now, linking your account to the Tokyo Beast base. Basically, it can give you benefits from the Tokyo Beast partnerships, allows you to earn TGT as it is deposited directly into the immutable passport. Simply go to the menu, link accounts, and then view TB code and enter that in on the website base.Tokyo Beast. Now, there are several core features of the game. First up, we have beasts. There are NFT and proxy beasts. NFT beasts are the hosts for all of the data in the game. They do not actually battle themselves, and currently only about 1,000 of them exist, but an NFT beast owner could also change its stats, which will apply at the next weekly reset. Now, proxy beasts are all based on an NFT beast that already exists. So an NFT beast 120 might exist somewhere, and then 100, 200 players might have that exact same beast as their proxy beast. Now, any changes to the NFT beast are reflected here in the proxy beast. Every one of them has a beast rank, which is the result of the matchup arena every single week, and they determine this, and they can change drastically each and every week. So even though you pulled an S rank beast, it could be D the next week, or one of your E rank beasts could become S. It just depends on how people are playing with them on that given week. After that, we have mods. Now, each mod has a specific slot. Their rarity determines their overall power, obviously, going from common, uncommon, rare, super rare, and then ultra rare. And it also determines just how many buffs it actually gives the beast that it's equipped to. For every single game mode, every beast needs 6 mods equipped. Now, this might seem like a hassle at first, but it's actually really easy to get your head around. Now, this is the most important item in the game, and I will cover it more in depth a little bit later. Now, if you have beasts with over 10 stamina, you can also place them in these things called plants. Other players will consume the stamina for you, granting you all of the benefits like completing your daily missions and so on. Next, we get to the battles, the core hub of Tokyo Beast. Now, the first type is the matchup battle. The maximum stamina that you can do on these types of battles is capped by your beasts on an individual basis. You need at least 2 beasts with 1 stamina remaining to be able to use a 4-beast team. Now, each beast starts off with 10 stamina when you receive it from the beast gacha. If you pull the same beast again, you'll actually get 10 more stamina added to the existing beast in your collection. This is the primary way you will complete daily missions, by essentially winning 5 stamina battles for the day. Now, this is making sure you get 20 stamina points, so 5 stamina battles with full stamina beasts. Now, you can slowly acquire mods via this method, so it's very important you do it every day, and it is the main way to get betting chips, which might be the best earning method in Tokyo Beast, or the most guaranteed one at least. It will also grant you gems every day, which are really valuable for everything inside the game, and personally, I like sorting my beasts by stamina and keeping the same good mods equipped. Always just put the best mods in there, put whatever beast you need to put in, and just start doing some battles for your day. Very easy. Now, after that, we have the arena. For this, you get 10 stamina every 5 hours, so you need to play semi-often if you want to compete at the top level. And it gives the most mod points out of anything. Like I said, mods are the most important thing in the game, so this is invaluable. When you hit the thresholds in-game, you actually get more mod points per battle, which you can see here. Now, high scores give a lot of gems and lottery tickets. Like, you want to get as many arena points as you can and get to a high rank out of all the players playing Tokyo Beast, and hit number 1 in Japan, so it's definitely a popular game at this point. Now, the arena is actually the core game loop in Tokyo Beast, and you can auto battle with auto play points, which are actually pretty cheap to acquire with gems, and you will get pretty much 100 from the gems you get from the daily missions every day. So I recommend just auto battling through your games every single day. Now, the next up is the championship. The top 20 arena players enter into this event. They fight for massive prize pools amongst themselves, but everyone else can actually bet on the outcome of this competition. There are 2 options for the betting. First, pick who wins the competition, obviously. And second is hit 5. Now, this is you determining not only who wins, but how many beasts will be left standing, and it has disproportionate payouts, of course. After that, we have the dungeon game mode. I haven't explored this one too much, but basically it's the PvE game mode of Tokyo Beast. Floor 1 was insanely easy. Go destroy it. You get a bunch of items and things you can use to roll for new beasts and things like that. Definitely go and do that, but you will definitely need better mods and strategy to get further. I think you're going to need around an 80,000 power team before you can proceed past that first level of floor 2. Another menu in the game that you can see in the bottom left is the gacha. There are many kinds of gachas in Tokyo Beast, and they're all pretty important. Now, most of them use gems, but there are 2 free ones I'm going to discuss here. The Beast Point gacha and the Level Up mod gacha. Every single time you use the Level Up mod gacha, you will actually get stronger, and so you'll be able to pull better mods from using it more often. Personally, I recommend spending gems on the mod gacha since you get higher rarity rolls, and those mods are going to be how you compete heavily in the arena, dungeon, and so on. The other thing we need to have a look at is the lottery draws, which can be found on the home in the main menu. Now, you get lottery tickets many ways. First, by completing the daily missions for matchup battles, for getting a good matchup ranking each and every week, getting a good arena ranking each and every week, and doing well when betting in the championship. Simple enough. Now, don't forget that I will go through some advanced strategy at the end so you can get an 80% win rate in the arena easily. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more crypto gaming content. So the free stuff from the tutorials, go through the entire help section, click every button, click every arrow, go through it all. If you're spamming it, not reading anything, it'll take you like 5-10 minutes tops. If you are reading things, which I recommend you do, honestly, at least for anything you don't understand, it's really helpful. But basically hit the light bulb icon on the main screen and you can go and do that. You can get gems, which are invaluable in the game. And it's a very easy way to get your starter, almost like a starter kit for Tokyo Beast. Now let's have a look at the beasts themselves. So the beast stats. First up, we have AGI. This is basically the speed of your beast. It determines the order of not only your beast formation in the auto battle, where the lowest AGI will be attacked first by your opponent for the most part, and it determines the overall combat order. For example, if you have a beast with AGI 120 and your opponent has a beast with AGI 110, your 120 beast will move first in the battle. The next stat is HP, which increases the maximum HP of the beast. Attack is the damage output, defense, damage reduction, crit dex, which is the increased chance of dealing critical hits, crit evade, the decreased chance of your opponent dealing critical hits, debuff dex, the increased chance of you applying debuffs to your opponent, and debuff evade, which is a decreased chance of your opponent applying debuffs to you. Oh my god, so many tongue twisters there. After that, we have 3 key roles for beasts that are really important for you to understand the game. I like to isolate these as a tank, support, and damage. Now the tank, you want high HP, defense, and crit evasion preferably, so that it takes a long time to get killed. Support, I would say high HP is really good for pretty much everyone. Debuff dex and debuff evade, of course, you want to be able to apply as many debuffs as you can, and these can be quite powerful. And damage, you want high attack, high crit dex, and you really do want a high debuff dex as well. You don't want your attacking or your DPS characters getting debuffed at any stage throughout the game. After that, every single beast has attacking skills associated with them. Every skill also has a type associated with it. Rock is orange, paper is blue, and scissors is green. Now, if you want an easy way to remember this, I actually use the Pokemon types: fire, water, and grass. Water beats fire, fire beats grass, and grass beats water. It's the exact same coloration here as well. So there's 2 different kinds of types here. There's the type of the attack a beast uses, but also the type of the beast itself. The body of the beast, which is the very first icon whenever you look at a beast description, determines the beast type and applies for weakness and resistance when defending against opposing attacks. Now, every beast has 3 skills. In order, they are body, back, and tail. Now, the body is the strongest attack available for a given beast. It actually happens more often when they're in good condition. More on that in a second. The back is the second weakest attack and the tail is the weakest, but they often attack different targets and apply different debuffs and things like that. So you might actually want to be focusing around them as well, depending on the beast that you're using. Now, the head is the final item, but this grants a leadership ability if that beast specifically is selected as the leader. That's a little flag icon. Now, Leadership skills, when selected, they apply for the entire battle. They can do things such as reduce all scissors attack against them, so they can be really valuable depending on the team composition you are building. The other thing a beast has that many people seem to ignore or not realize is actually personality traits. They can be seen right next to the beast name with that little icon, and you can tap on it or hover over it if you're on PC to see what the description for it is. Only 4 currently exist in the game as far as I can find, and they are Optimist, Cynic, Risk Taker, and Show Off. Now, Optimist means when your team has more HP than the enemy's team, they're going to be in good condition, they're going to use their body attack more often. Cynic is when you have less HP than the enemy team. Risk Taker is when you have a lower gauge for the Shihara than the enemy team. Show Off is when you have a higher gauge than the enemy team. Very simple, and I find that these kind of mix and match and like link up together quite well, but we'll get into that in a second. Now, the importance of mods. So you can increase your maximum mod capacity from the beast menu. You only have 100 to start, which is really not enough. The stats have key rankings as well, such as like S, A, C, and mods are imperative to win battles consistently in both matchup and the arena, which is ultimately going to save you a lot of time. Now, they are percentage based, so you always want to benefit existing skills if you can. For example, you want to pair an S attack mod with an S attack beast. If an attack beast has, let's say, 100 attack and you get 20% from the mod, that's 120 attack. But if they had 90 attack and you get 20% from the mod, you're probably only getting about a 15-point boost instead of a 20-point boost, which is really losing out a lot on the value from that mod. So the goal of the game of Tokyo Beast really is continually getting stronger mods and maybe more beasts for variation in your team, but I wouldn't actually take the beast rankings too seriously. Focus on mods and focus on team composition. Now, the battles. Watch battles carefully to analyze the strengths and weaknesses of your team. You can see the turn order above each beast's head. 1 is going first, obviously, the total HP bar at the top, and the Shiharu gauge below it. Now, some characters will attack a single opponent and some will attack many instead. Now, this depends on the specific attack, which might target a specific type of beast, such as scissors. That's often kind of how they're directed that way. Now, watch closely to see if your tank is bulky enough or if your DPS is doing the right damage to the right opponents. Analyzing the battle and adjusting your team is how you're going to improve faster than any video could possibly tell you. Now, here is the ultimate strategy to building your very own team in Tokyo Beast. First, keep it as simple as possible. Personally, here is my strategy. I would focus on getting 1 tank, 1 off tank, 2 DPS characters. Now, ensure the 2 DPS characters are fast and strong. And if you can also get a decent HP stat on them, I'd focus on that, depending on your conditions, but don't worry about that for now. Now, your tank needs to be the slowest, but you actually still want to avoid having an AGI of just 100. It could be the difference between them getting 1 last attack off before dying. Now, try to hit 105 and above when everything else on your team is higher. Your tank has to have the lowest AGI in your team or you will lose. Now, your off tank is a role that not many people are too focused on and is really important. It is the glue that holds the entire team together. Make sure its type is different to your primary tank. If they have all paper and they're destroying your rock tank, you don't want your second in line to also be rock. That would suck. Now, also make sure it has a lot of damaging types, different to your 2 DPS. If they're not quite cutting it, your off tank is gonna be needing to deal some damage. Make sure it has high defense and attack and HP if possible, but focus on defense and attack. And it should do damage, but slow down the enemy when your first tank goes down. You do not want it to go down too quickly. Now, if you successfully manage these things, you will win more than 80% of battles, but there's one more thing to win 90%. Have a look at the personalities of your team. You either want 2 opposites or a full complementing team. I wouldn't really go 3-1. For example, if you have a full team of optimists and everyone benefits from high HP and low Shiharu, or vice versa, you can organize the conditions that way. Now, alternatively, you can focus on just having your DPS in good condition since it affects damage rather than resistance, so focus on that a little bit at the end once you've figured out the rest of the game. I hope you learned something today. Please subscribe for more content on Immutable X Games, mobile, play to earn gaming, and more.